Would you say that Views has aged better than we thought it would?
Absolutely, absolutely. No, that's I would stack it up against any one of his albums. The only one again I say was like unequivocally the best one. It can't be touched by any of the other ones. Is like, Take Care, but other than that, I think Views stands up.
Why do we hold Take Care in such high regard?
Be,
Like compared
be,
to everything else that he's done, why do we hold that? Like, what is it about that album?
because when Thank Me Later came out, we were like cool.
Mm.
We were like cool. Like that wasn't what your first album was supposed to be because we had So Far Gone mixtape. We had the other stuff before that, so we were like, oh, bet. Like when he comes out his first album, I'm gonna go crazy. And that first album, I think still ages pretty well, but I don't think it's what we were all like looking for.
Right.
And I didn't feel like he really told the story on that first one. Like he just kind of like was like getting the features that he needed. It was making the pop hits that he needed. Kind of like just establishing himself as somebody who like you're gonna come get this music from, right? On a commercial setting because before it was all mixtapes and YouTube and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now Take Care comes out and he's actually talking about something too. Like that whole album Take Care is like mostly him talking about like the highs and the lows of his newfound success, right, and his newfound fame,
Right.
right. And so that's like he's hitting that at all kind of levels. And I think honestly, if you don't have a song like at the end, I think the song's called Take Care. I think right, yeah. Oh no, the ride.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
If you don't have a song like that at the end, like the ride, it doesn't wrap it up. That puts the bow on it for me. Like that song, he hits every level of like this newfound like success and everything that's like hurting him like and painting him like that. But he's just like I'm on it though. I'm on the ride though. Like it's just like yeah. I think that's like it just has such a good story to it, such a good arc, and such a like a relatable place that he's in at that time. And then I think after that he gets a little. I think he gets more and more like less relatable.
Mm.
Because at that point he's kind of ascending, right? He's like ascending, and like you know, and you get to Nothing Was the Same, and he's like, by the end of Nothing Was the Same, he's like, I'm here, I'm up here, and you're gonna stop trying to little bro me, right?
Right.
And so like that's a powerful thing too that we can connect with, but it's not the same as I'm on the climb up to my dreams, and I'm seeing like these successes and these failures, and I'm seeing this like the pros and the cons of all of it on my way up, so
Yo, I like that. I like that. So, do you think that a artist's album, a part of it, has to do with being able to be relatable? Like if you can't relate to the artist and the content that they're talking about, is it still a good album, or is it less of a good album because you can't relate to it?
I think it can be. I think the great albums universally do it, right? Like so, great albums will connect with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But some like you saw a good album, but not like somebody's not gonna get a West Side Gun album. There's certain people like a white girl who loves Adele is not gonna like a West Side Gun album. Don't mean it's not relatable, and don't mean it's not fire. But I think what makes albums like great is when they can connect with everybody, right? I think it's what makes an album like Kendrick's Mr. Morale in the Big Steppers. Yeah, such a good album because you ain't gotta live all of that to connect to what he's trying to say and what he's doing. You know what I mean? Right. So yeah, I think that's what makes a great, amazing, outstanding album. But you can still have good albums without relating to everybody.
True. So what do you think what do you think was the last universally loved album?
This Kendrick Lamar album is hitting it for people, bro. Like he's talking about some stuff. He's like this man was gone for what? They said 6 years, right? 6 years, no album. He comes out with an album and he's just talking about all of what happened in the last 6 years. And like summarizing like feelings that people were having during the pandemic, things people like things that people are deconstructing right now. You know what I mean? Like what does it mean to be like a good man and still struggle? Like what is it like he touched so many things in this entire album that I think that you could not connect with something on it, right? Like even the Father Time track where he's talking about like his like having a dad in his house, but that also adding up to some things. Some toxic masculinity within himself, you know. And so in the comparison, like people who like don't have dads, and it was like if they had a dad, it would be better. And it's like, well, there's also a downfall to having a dad too, if it's not if it's in a certain way, you know what I mean? If he only has so much he can give you, you know what I mean? And so I forgot what the question was, but I'm like,
no,
but like that's album is universal, like to everybody, you know. Then it touches people who like have dealt with like sexual abuse and stuff like that, right? People who you know, done things to cope with their pain and not deal with it. You know, yeah, the idea that like I love that he like dealt with the on the track Savior. He deals with the fact that like everybody was like when all the protests were going on, everybody was like, "Where's Kendrick at?" And Kendrick was like, "I was taking care of myself, doing what I needed to do. Like, at what point did I become the person that had to be there? Like, right? Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? And like that track hits. Like, it sounds sonically it's amazing, but when I hear that he's just like I didn't ask for this. Like,
he didn't. But see, he didn't. But in order to be in the space that he's in, even if that's not what he wants to do, like that's the corner of the room in which that exists. Okay, let me try to break this down. So you got different kind of rappers, right? You got people that rap trap. You got people like Drake, where like they can do it like melodically or whatnot. You got conscious rappers. You got lyricists, backpack rappers, boom bap, whatever you want to call it, right? And I feel like Kendrick has always fell on that, like, I'm lyrical, but I got context, so it's like I'm able to tell a story and everything, but I'm conscious about what I rap about.
Sure.
So when you are in that conscious area of the rap game,
mm-hmm.
you looked at differently. People look for you in moments where we got a pandemic going on, where we got something like a George Floyd or something going on. I'm not saying it's right and it's fair, but if you rap about content about uplifting black people and our struggles and everything else like that, and being very conscious about it, and making songs that highlight, areas that need to have light shown on them, people are going to tend to look at you or look for you when society goes to hell. I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying it's right.
No, for sure.
Because the George Floyd thing with the whole J. Cole, right? It was J. Cole and some other rapper lady that was acting.
So No Name?
There we go.
Yeah.
No Name. You know what I mean? And then like that was like that whole thing. And it's just like, well, for me personally, I don't look for or towards a celebrity when things go to hell, because it's like, it's cool using your voice, you can use your platform, you can use your money, but it would take you plus all of everybody else that's a celeb to really do some, like, I'm not trying to discredit what they would be able to do, but I'm personally not looking for that. But for a lot of people, it's like where are you now? Like, you rapping, like you making money off of black folks. We pour into you our money, our energy, and everything else like that.
Which is crazy though, because the thing about it, the man makes the anthems. Mm-hmm. In fact, I would argue to say he made an album worth of anthems. Mm-hmm. And then y'all mad he didn't show up. He supplies all the anthems. Is he not there? Is he not part of the reason why you there? But but he's not there. So where is he at? I feel like that was like this. I just felt watching that was like goofy. It was like, this man really like supplied the anthems and did his part before it was popular to do the part, right? Before it was popular to be up in the street and doing all of that, right? But now he's not out there. Y'all like, where he at? There's a pandemic going on. This man got a family. Sorry, like, yeah. I understand that there's like this weird expectation, but I feel like we should let that go. Like the people who write the anthems. Bob Dylan's not at the rally. You know what I'm saying? Like, this man's not at the joint. He's supplying the songs, and y'all are getting off to those in the protests, right? It's not. You're not supposed to be all those things.
Yeah.
Which is kind of the point. Like he's like the whole last verse of his song is like, I'm not your savior. Like, I find it like I'm just as like messed up as you are. I'm just like trying to struggle and figure it out just as much as you are. That's what it's like. You're expecting too much out of me, right? But yeah.
I think that has a lot to do with what we see, though. Because where you sit determines what you see, and what you see determines what you do. So where we sit, right? from where we sit, and I got that from Dr. Darius Daniels. So that's not
Okay.
me. That's not original.
Okay.
But from where we sit, right, we see Kendrick. I'm gonna just solely focus on Kendrick. So we see Kendrick, but we only see what he allows us to see, right? Because he's not doing interviews like that. He's not in the tabloids. He's not on TMZ and stuff like that. I mean, he can be, but not normally. He's not, right? He's in the cut doing whatever he's doing. Like, he releases music, he goes on tour, he does some videos or whatnot, and he pieces out for however long it is till the next project or whatever comes along. But when you put out music like that, conscious rap music and stuff, like he does on the level that he does, right? Then it's like, okay, well, we expect to see you when things go this way, because that's what we see from you. We don't see you trying to figure this out like the rest of us trying to figure this out.
Sure.
Your music would have us to believe that you got all the answers, because that's where we're sitting at.
Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So while so of course we're going to sit up there. We're going to judge you compared to somebody that's like a Drake, right? Drake could be a philanthropist. You know what I'm saying? Drake could be giving out to the causes, be out in the truck during Thanksgiving, well, before the weekend prior, handing out turkeys and things like that. But we not looking to him for the answers and everything, because we got access to him. We know that he ain't got it all together. He got issues or whatever the case may be. So we don't look at him and put him in that position. I feel like anybody that is black and that is up in the upper echelon of whatever field that they're at, and they have some type of celebrity to them.
Yeah.
Like, we look at them higher than everybody else because they're not in the dirt sheets. They're not in the tabloids. They don't have any scandals going on. And when you see them, it's all like with grace and like respect and like all these other things. So when things start going awry, we start to look towards them. But the issue is that everybody don't want to be a leader, role model, or anything else like that. You know what I'm saying? It would be nice if people were, but nobody, you know what I mean? Like, that's a personal choice to do that.
Yeah.
And it can't be a public's choice to sit up there and be like, all right, Cam, so the next time something happens with a black person, unfortunately, you're going to be the spokesperson. We're going to look to you for answers.
Yeah.
And it's just like, bro, I never signed up for this.
Yeah.
I never told y'all I was gonna be doing any of this. Like, I'm not. Listen, I'm not trying to be kissing babies and everything else like that. I'm more than capable of doing it, but that don't mean I want to do it. That don't mean that I think that's what's for me.
Yeah.
You know. But I feel like that's the pressure that we as fans put on these celebs. You know what I mean? Especially in this instance with Kendrick. That's how I feel.
Yeah. Really begs the question of what's the responsibility of the artist. But I don't know if I'm gonna go down all of that right now. That's another time, another place.
No, you're right.
That's a question we should bring some artists on actually to talk about. What's the responsibility of the artist?
I like that.
All right, we got another pod. I think that'd be solid. Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Reset the Vibe. I have no idea what number this is. I'm thinking 70. It gotta be 70 by now.
You tell what number it is? It doesn't matter what number it is.
It doesn't. It doesn't really matter, man. We on a march. We on a march to 75. 75 is gonna be nice. But even beyond that, we not that far from 100. That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's awesome, bro. That's crazy.
That's crazy when you think about it, man.
Crazy.
Like, I'm sure if we would have been more consistent putting out a pod every week, we would have been at 100 by now.
Yeah, sure.
But life happens.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But who's counting, right?
Exactly. Who's counting? You know what I mean? But thank you all for being here. I am one of your hosts. I'm Vash.
My name's Cam.
And as an honorary mention, Darius, right? Darius is doing good. Got updates from him. He's doing well. Still not here doing the pod with us, but he's doing very well. All right. So shout outs to Darius. So, my good sir, with all of that being said, you have a very exciting month. It's a very big month for you, a life-changing month for you, I dare say.
I'll allow it.
Right. Okay. So, would you like me to tell the people? I think the people already know, but would you like?
know, yeah. It's 20. We're 22 days away from my wedding.
Can the bachelor no more? They gotta hang the jersey in the Raptors.
Hang the Raptors, bro. Like I really need it though. Like, listen, if you would, you already know International Players Anthem is playing the entire day.
Hey,
the entire day.
I'm not mad at it.
I'm playing I Choose You. I think it's Eddie something. I forget his name, but the original sample. I'm playing the original sample. I'm playing that track. I'm playing a remix. I'm playing all of it. Cause that's how I feel, bro. I'm like, man, this is crazy. But no, I'm excited, bro. It's just so crazy that it's here. Like, it's here. It's cool. It's cool. I got no qualms. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not no worries, no fears, and nothing like that. It's just like, man, like, so for the next like 22 days, I gotta, move out my apartment, get myself to the apartment where we staying at, and moving stuff around. It's just crazy life, man. I hope I only do this one time in my life. I expect to only do it one time in my life, but it's just like, wow, this is crazy. Like, it's really happening.
Man, so like, what are the feelings right now? Are you nervous? Are you scared? Are you excited?
Man,
what is it?
I'm excited, bro. Like, I'm just excited. Like, I have no, like, it's her, bro. So it's not even like a question. I think sometimes people at this point will start asking themselves, like, am I sure this is what I want to do? Am I sure that this is the right person? And I have none of those questions. I'm like, this is absolutely the person. This is absolutely the right time to do it. So that is just like, man, like, I'm so excited for what's going to happen next that I'm just like, how's it going to all come together and work out? So I want to get there already. Like, I want to get to that next phase already. So it's just that funny, like, weird limbo waiting period that I have a lot to do in, but I don't want to do it either because I just want to get to the next part. Yeah. But man, I'm excited, bro. I was thinking about the other day, like, I feel bad for anybody who's about to get married and is starting to question the person, like, question if the person's the right person. You know what I mean? Because like, that's a different kind of stress. Like, I'm mildly stressed. I'm trying to, planning and doing different stuff like that to get set up and like having to look at the logistics of everything. But I'm like, imagine doing all of that and then being unsure about the person that's just you're about to marry. Like, I could never, bro. I could never. It's just so like I feel like I genuinely like I feel for people who go through that because I'm like, I'm solid, and I'm not even worried about her whether or not she's gonna be like at the day of, like, I don't know, like, no, bro, ain't no cold feet around here, bro.
It's all Miami Beach.
It's Miami Beach, bro. It's lava rocks under this, right? We're on a volcano, bro. The feet so warm, so it's cool, bro. I'm just excited.
No, that's dope, bro. I think. Because I'm not married. I have never been married, never proposed, never been in that situation. But I don't even think it's a person thinking like, oh, what if they're not the one type of deal. I think it's just, from what I've seen and what I've heard been told, like, it's a lot of pressure from things that you can't control. And I think that plays like a part in it, because as good as you have your wedding plan, nothing ever goes according to plan.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you have like all of these like things that people put in your head sometimes with expectations of like marriage, people telling you this and that of what marriage is and what marriage ain't, and like, oh, what if things don't necessarily work out, or this, that, and the third. I'm letting people, like, it's a whole bunch of outside noise, I think, that creates insecurities that's not even, like, they're like phantom insecurities. They're not really there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like things is just like getting into your head, but like, if you just, you know what I mean? Just think about why you said yes or why you proposed to in the first place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, when you talk about your fiance, that's the correct term, right? Fiance?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you talk about your fiance, because I've met your fiance several times, several different occasions, I can genuinely see your happiness. I can genuinely see her happinpiess.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, that's dope.
Yeah, dude.
That's dope, dude.
It's solid, bro. Like, I just couldn't be any more happy, G. Like, I really couldn't. Like, this is gonna be great. We're gonna have our moments. We're gonna figure it out. But like, man, There's like I'm almost out of words at this point. Like I'm just like I'm so excited and just ready for it to be there because like
It'll be
like
here before you know
yeah,
it.
be here before I know it, bro. But I'm like, and so much got to happen in between. But I'm just like, bro, like I leave like 5 days before the wedding to go out there, and I'm like, yo, like when I leave here, I'm not coming back the same. That's dope. Like I don't live in the same house when I leave here. You know what I'm saying? Like this is entirely different. And I'm with it, man. I'm with it. It's just crazy. Like it just doesn't. It's like it happens so fast for us too that I think that we're in a constant stage of like, does this even make sense? Like not in the way like is it good? It's just like this doesn't even make sense. Like we went from like best friends to this within a year, and it's like how like how did this happen this fast, this smooth? And you know it's had its hiccups obviously just because we're people and trying to do a relationship. But geez, man, it's been a beautiful thing to also be on the other side of those. Like, you know, I'm a non-confrontational kind of guy. I don't want to get into arguments about like BS. Like I save my like argument or my frustration and like yeah, like I'm like I save arguments for things that I feel like really matter. Like, and so half the time, like I think like three-fourths of the time I'm not gonna bring it up because I'm just like, all right, it's not a big deal, right? But to have to realize that I can't do that with her. Like I have to let her know what I'm thinking and stuff like that. We have to figure stuff out. It's been like the most beautiful thing to me to figure that out because now I'm like, okay, I don't want to have this argument, but I also know out of this argument, you'll grow to understand me. I'll grow to understand you. We'll grow to be closer. Mm-hmm. So there's a beauty in that. Like at the end of the argument, where I'm just like, dang, that was a very uncomfortable 20 minutes. But man, the moments after that were beautiful.
Yeah.
And so it's like it's tough still to make myself do it, but like it makes it like it just always reminds me like it's okay, bro. Like there's a genuine love here, and we're gonna figure it out. But like yeah, we had one the other day. I'm just like man, like I just got back from a work trip. I'm not really trying to like I didn't want to hash this out, but I said something I shouldn't have said at the moment, and we had to figure it out. And the next thing you know, we're sitting there just like all right, like she's upset, I'm frustrated, she's frustrated. 20 minutes later, we're both like, I love you too. All right, we good. No. We laughing now. Everything's solid. It's cool, man. It's cool.
Bro, that's that communication, bro. That's
the piece.
That's mad important, bro.
Yeah, that's the piece, bro.
Yeah, like it's definitely like in relationships and marriage in general, like you said, like it's gonna have your times. You know what I mean? Like, but communication is like always the best policy. You wind up carrying a lot, like you said before, like you save it for like the big stuff, but you carry that. It's good that you know that now, because the things that you don't say anything about and you carry with you into those big arguments, bruh, that's like extra ammunition for when you go into those arguments that don't need to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you could be having an argument about, I don't know, man, about cleaning the kitchen, right? Mm-hmm. And that's supposed to be the focal point, cleaning the kitchen.
Yeah.
But then in the midst of cleaning the kitchen, then you think about, yeah, you ain't cooked dinner last week either. Like all like all of those things start adding up and piling up, and then it just becomes an all-out war, bro, that don't even need to be. But like you said, like you learn from it, and like that communication is beautiful. Mm-hmm. It's mad beautiful. So with your wedding, bro, like how has the planning been? Like, cause I've heard that is like the most stressful thing. Has that been stressful for you? Has it been easy? Is it easy for you because you're a guy? Like what is it, bro? Tell me what it's like.
It has not been that stressful. You know why? Something I figured out pretty early on. I don't care. I simply do not care. Went to premarital counseling and they were telling us, was like, hey, you have to like, you can't just like not have input. You have to have input. Cause then like otherwise like it's just that sets you up for failure in the future, right? When it comes to different things, right? So I have input, but I don't care. I don't. So it's, what do you want to do here? Oh, I'd like to do that. Well, I want to do this. Okay. What you want to do here? I want to do that. I want to do this. I think this would be cool. I want to do that. Okay. What about this? I don't want to do this. Well, the problem with this. What if we did that? Okay. Now I feel bad. I don't know why you feel bad. That's just what I expected. Okay, you know what you want. I don't care, but you keep asking me because that's the noble thing to do. Because it's the noble thing to do to ask me. But you want what you want, and maybe you don't know that you know what you want until I say what I want. You realize you don't want what I want. But the best part is just like it's just like I just figure I don't care, so I'm not gonna. My feelings aren't hurt. I'm just like whatever, dude. Like. So then the funniest part is when she gets up, is when she gets frustrated, like not frustrated, but like upset because she feels like she's overriding all of my ideas because every time I say something, she's like, I would rather do it a different way. And I'm okay. She feels bad about that. And I'm like, that's on you, big dog. Because I told you I don't care. I just would like for us to stop pretending like my opinion matters. That's it. That's my only thing. I'm like, let's just stop pretending. It's okay. Because I want you to have the wedding you want to have. And I genuinely do not care. But let's stop acting like, come on, let's stop acting like my opinion matters in this moment. It doesn't. And I'm okay with that. But you then looking at me like you're sorry. No, you're not. You know what you wanted. Jeez. That's like my favorite part of the whole thing. Because it literally happens like once a month. And it's just like, but I want you to, and I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, no, this is what you want. It's fine. I don't care. I'll stop pretending like you care. It's fine. So, nah, it's been fun. It's been a fun time. It's my favorite argument.
I can imagine. Because I just imagine, like, I think that's the thing with most guys. Like, we don't care, not because we don't care. We don't care because we know that the woman wanted a certain way anyway.
Right.
So it's like, and if they don't have it their certain way, it's going to bother them. Like, it's going to bother their soul. For us, if we don't get something, it's like, all right.
Get them next time.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, get them next time.
Like maybe I can come and approach, the next thing I want a little bit differently, and maybe I'll get it going my way. But if it don't happen, it's not the end.
That's literally what I tell myself. I'm like, bro, this is not one I'm willing to die on, okay? But when it comes to what I'm willing to die on, we gonna sit on that.
Yeah.
We gonna sit on that. So you're gonna win 29 arguments in a row, consecutively. Or 21 decisions consecutively. Mm-hmm. Number 30 though? Oh, that's me. And if you think I'm not winning number 30, and you done got me messed up.
Son.
That's literally how I feel all the time.
Son, like I said, like I just think it's like one of them things. Like I don't know, man. Maybe it's something that is from when we're all younger and like. Back when we were growing up, I don't know about now, but back when we were growing up, like the girls used to play with baby dolls and whatnot, having babies and talking about marriage and things like that. Yeah. So for them, they've been thinking, looking, imagining it since they were single digits.
Right.
For us, it probably didn't start until, will you marry me? And then when they say yes, it's like, okay, cool. This is wonderful. This is great.
Right.
Now about this wedding thing. But for them, it's like, oh, I am so glad that you finally asked me to marry you. And then they pull out like a whole binder full of things. This is what I would like. This is like,
right.
Okay, yeah, whatever you want, man.
I think the best part is that my fiance didn't see herself getting married like that. She was gonna go overseas to be a missionary. Like it wasn't like, so she never had the book kind of idea of what she wanted. But also like had as a woman though, so she's seen things, seen little things like that. But there's no Pinterest board that she had pre-made for something like that. She just has a bunch of ideas now in her head that had no gravity to them because she wasn't planning on getting married. So in the process of planning a wedding, she's figuring out what she wants. And like it'd be one thing if you had it all planned out what you want to do, and then you're like, okay, let's change this to compromise to us. It's another thing when you have no framework for what you want. You just know that you know what you don't want, but you can't tell me what you do want. So I gotta sit there until you figure out what you want, and you so sure about what you want when you know what you want, but you don't know. But I gotta, and it was a process it was just funny though, because I'm just watching. Because again, like I said, I don't care, but you done shot me down 7 times in a row now to get to your eighth idea that you wanted, and so I'm just sitting there like, okay, right? And I'm not mad, but like when you share your opinion with somebody several times and they keep shooting you down, there's a sense of defeat, and not in a way that's like, oh, like I'm bummed, I'm sad. It's just like I'm tired. Like, why am I still talking? Like if no one's listening, why am I still talking?
Yeah.
And that's where I get with her all the time with the wedding plan. I'm just like, I don't know why I'm still talking. And I'm not mad, but you're not looking at me like, why are you getting like disinterested? It's like, cause I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting here and you're just talking like fine, we can do this, but let me play 2K while we do this. That's the same amount of brain effort I need. Let me play 2K while we make these decisions. It's fine. But you know,
I feel you. I feel like when it finally comes down to me, I'm gonna be like the same way, bro. Like I don't know. Like I'm not.
You listen. You'll be worse than me, which is the funny part. You'll be worse than me, because I know you. You'll be like, sure. Yeah, you gonna be sure.
Yeah, fam. Like
yeah.
Like I felt this way since I was like maybe a teenager, and I was telling my friends this time. It's like I feel like the wedding is like all women, and I don't mean like as far as like responsibility is like given to them for that. Like that's their sole responsibility. It's just like that's y'all wheelhouse, y'all playground. Like when I think about it, like I just want people to be sitting in attendance, my loved ones,
right,
to watch and celebrate the union of me and my love,
right,
and then afterwards, we drink, we eat, we be merry. That's all I care about. Now, how we get from point A to point Z, you can, all you.
Right.
I will support you. I will help you get it done, but I don't care. Like, that's how my mindset is even right now. It's like, yo, I don't, what colors you want to do? It could be the ugliest colors. I don't care. I'm marrying you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we're going to have people there, and we're going to dance, we're going to have fun. Like, it's going to be a joyous time. That's where because like, I have a natural ability of bringing people together, right? So for me, my thing is gonna make me the most giddy is like the reception.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
Making sure everybody is straight with the food and everybody's seated at a table and everybody's nice and comfortable. There's some music, some dance floor stuff. Like that's my wheelhouse.
Right.
You put me in charge of the reception, it's gonna be smooth sailing. Because that's what I'm passionate about.
Right.
Everything else during the ceremony, bro, I could care less, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's yo, whatever you want to do, it's fine, it's cool. You want us to look like we just came off the street bummy? That's how we doing it? I don't care.
Right.
I don't. It don't matter to me. We can like construction workers. Everybody in here could just. It don't matter. Roll out of bed, come into the wedding. I don't care. You know. But yeah, no, I totally feel that, B. I totally feel that. So, what has been the hardest thing so far, do you think? And you know, leading up to the wedding, like from saying asking will you marry me, she say yes, until now. Like, what's been like the hardest thing? Do you think?
I think it's like the disagreements and arguments like that, because I'm so non-confrontational when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like I just don't. So having to realize that like it's a detriment if I just leave it and don't say what I'm feeling or say what I'm thinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's been the hardest part for me. Because otherwise, like I always would rather spend time with her. Like, you know, everything's like solid with the relationship. I think that's just like my thing to figure out. It's like, hey, like if you're feeling the type of way, don't just bottle it, because it'll either come out in a different way later, in a worse way, or she'll never understand where you're coming from and never be able to like, you know, help you like change, like have things change, right, to benefit the relationship, right? Then you'll just keep on going the same pattern that it's in, and you'll keep being frustrated. And so that's been the hardest part, is forcing myself to like open up about what's bothering me in those ways, because I'm good for what's wrong? I'm good. I'm cool. All right, I'll see you later. I'm cool. I'm cool. It's whatever. It's fine. I mean, I grew up hearing I'm emotional, so I'm like, all right, well, I'm emotional. Like, you know, I don't be sensitive like that. Whatever. I'll just bottle it up. Be solid. So that's been like the hardest thing. I'm trying to learn that. And also, I think like, you know, again, I'll say, which I should probably never hear this, so we solid. But but like again, the whole her not having like the expectation of marriage for herself, makes it very difficult to like. And this is like her first relationship, right? So it just makes it, there's just things that like she's learning about herself that I have to be like patient with. And so it's like, oh, like there's this thing that you like, I want to do this and she wants to do that, but she's holding on tight to this thing, but not realizing that the holding on tight to that thing is kind of hurting me, right? And I have a hard time articulating how I'm feeling, right? So we'll argue about the same thing for about a month, maybe two, and until I finally get to the point where I can unleash like what I'm really feeling, and then she is like, dang, I just realized like why I'm holding on so, I don't know why I'm holding on so tightly to this thing. It's just like, and now that I see that it's like bothering you, like it hurts you, like for me to do that, I can, like I'll do my best to like take care of that for myself so that it doesn't have to hinder you. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's a blessing, but I think that's a funny thing of like the figuring that part out, because she doesn't realize, like, because she hasn't been in a relationship yet, to like see those things about herself and be like, oh, that probably isn't that's something that's important to me, but doesn't have to be necessarily, or that's just something that I expectation that I have that I didn't know I had, and I didn't know how to articulate that, and I didn't consider how that would bother you, right? And so it's like solid. She's amazing. I said I don't say she's amazing, but I'm like, that's like, I think the interesting like difficulty of like communicating those portions of it. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. It's interesting. It's interesting watching somebody like figure themselves out, and you're like, you know, I've been in plenty of relationships, so like I kind of get the timing of things a little bit better. But to like watch her go through it is like, it's a beautiful thing to see, but it's always kind of funny, because it's just like, oh, like it just takes you a little minute to realize like the reason why you did what you just did. And it's not always a bad thing. It's just like like now that you have that locked in, you got to figure out why you do that, and like she has to figure out how the thing works now. So it's kind of funny to watch that whole thing pan out.
Yeah. I feel you on that. Like it's definitely a difference of when you've been in a relationship or a few relationships versus somebody who has not been in a relationship.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely, you see different things, and it's just like, oh, that's not how that works. That's not what we do. But like you said, like it's watching them figure it out. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like to get to know themselves better, and like what they're naturally good at in a relationship, and what things which they need some help or assistance on, things they need to get better. Like yeah. Like it's a beautiful thing, bro. It's a beautiful thing, for sure. Yeah, man. I don't think I have anything else to ask about the wedding.
That's fair, man. I'm just excited, bro. Like I'm already past. I feel like I'm already mentally past the day. I'm like, what happens next? Well, after this, we go to the DR.
Hey, honeymoon.
And then we come back, and like I'm like, well, how's everything gonna play out after that? So I feel like I'm already mentally at that place. I'm just like, okay. People keep asking me questions about the wedding, and I'm like, okay, I gotta answer them, but like I don't like. I'm already trying to think of how I'm gonna lead my family, and so I'm excited about that. And it's so weird to keep saying like my family, and realize like I'm not talking about like my mom, dad, and my brother like that no more. You know what I mean? Like I love them, and they're my family, but like it's just different now. Like I'm making decisions for my family, and that's dope, and it's crazy, but it's a cool thing, bro. I'm just grateful for God, and like the way He designs us, and the way that He designed marriage and family to be, and this union to be, because it's just going to be a beautiful thing. It's going to be really hard at times, but it's going to be amazing, and I'm so excited for it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. You got any interest in having children someday?
Oh, absolutely. Little ehos and ehas. I don't know why I like that word so much, but yeah, no, man. I definitely want some, like, I think I want like two. I'd say 2 or 4, because I don't want an odd number. I don't know why, but like I'm just like, I don't want 3, 2 or 4. Definitely don't want 1, because I'm gonna put everything into that 1.
2 or 4.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So yeah,
Oh.
I feel like if I have 2, they have each other, and also like I'm like my brother. Me and my brother are it's me and him, so it's 2 of us. We got each other. We're locked in, and our parents aren't like still paying for stuff. You know what I mean? Like like they get to go and do their like thing now. Whereas like if you do 4, like yeah, everybody has a pair, but then you probably still paying stuff until like you into like your 70s. Like I don't want that. Like I don't. I want 2. I honestly, if I had twins off the bat, oh my gosh, I'd be lit.
See, when I was younger, that's what I wanted. I wanted twins.
Yeah.
Cause I just thought like that'd be so cool. Like you get 2 birds, 1 stone, and like they both got each other. Like everything is cool. And as I got older, and I realized how expensive a child is, and just the thought of 2 of those at the same age, same birthday.
Listen, bruh.
Christmas will never be the same.
Nah, bruh, it can be. It can be. You just gotta plan for it differently. You gotta plan for it differently.
Damn, my birthday is on the 29th.
Listen, bruh. Oh, now I see what you mean.
Fam, my birthday is on the 29th.
Nah, I see
and
what you
then
mean.
Christmas, bro, that's bro, listen, that block is disgusting. From middle of December to about middle of January is nothing but money being spent.
That's a fact.
And it's only partial amount of that money being spent on me selfishly.
Right.
Because you got Christmas. Because everybody do Christmas different. Some people buy everybody in their family or immediate family a gift or something like that. Some people only buy their significant others a gift or whatnot. Then you got my birthday, which is on the 29th, right? Before Mom passed, God rest her soul, her birthday was on the 8th.
Of January?
Yes.
Okay.
Right. But before we get to my mom's birthday, my anniversary is on the 2nd of January.
Oh, right.
Okay. And then I think on the 14th or somewhere around there is my sister's birthday. And now you want to throw in kids, multiple kids on Christmas? Bro, I am not made of money. Son, I will be living from check to check. And rent is due in the middle of all of that.
He said, they're tearing me apart. They'll be tearing me apart.
That is disgusting. It's like, man, dog, it's like, yeah. So when I started to think about that and having twins and having kids, I was just like, yo, what was once a great time for my life, like the greatest season of the year that I look forward to, is now the most dreadful season because I know I'm going to be broke. And it's like, so now, if I were to have twins, hypothetically speaking, I would have to be saving money in probably in October.
Yeah, that's a fact.
To have money to be able to do everything that I want to do, not even what I need to be doing, outside of rent, just what I want to do.
Yep. Yup.
Fam, no, it's nasty. It's ugly. If I get blessed with them, sure, I'm not gonna complain about it.
See, I think my only argument with you on that one is that like the same thing applies if you have 2 kids. Same principle applies.
True.
So twins don't really matter that much. I mean, like other than the fact that you're paying for double at the same time, but like in the day, like you have a kid and 2 years later you have another kid, you're still paying for diapers for both of them. So you feel me? And then that's actually longer stretches. You're paying for diapers. You're paying for diapers for them, and then the next one. So that's 6 years of diapers instead of 3 years of double diapers. I don't know if it actually makes any difference, but
it probably does not. Because like I was thinking about that, and I was like, oh yeah, but then I thought about like, oh no.
Hey, wait. Hear me out. Inflation. So actually, it's cheaper to have the twins then, because then you're only paying diapers for double the time, and they'll stay they won't inflate over the 3 or 4 year, 5 year span. Come on, man.
See, that sounds like math, and I don't like math.
Hey, man.
Like as soon as you said inflation, I'm like, oh, there's gonna be some numbers coming behind that.
I'm just saying,
some way.
I'm just saying, Brad. Like, if you pay for $3 $3. I don't know how much diapers cost. I'll be honest.
I can tell you more. They're more than $3 be.
If they $10 for a 30 pack, okay, and then 3 years later you have another kid, another $12 for a 30 pack, you spent more money.
That's true, but at the same time, maybe not true because we don't know how fast they're gonna be going through diapers.
No, that's what I'm saying. It don't matter. But I'm saying it don't matter because of inflation. Like, it'll always be more expensive for the diapers.
But here's the thing, though. One pack of diapers, let's say one pack is 30 diapers, right? I hate this. We're doing math. One pack is 30 diapers, right? But I have twins.
Yes.
Son, they have to share that bag. And one of them might go through diapers faster than the other one.
Sure. But it still will be cheaper than having to pay $2 more extra per pack in the future for another kid.
I'm not good at math, but somehow that math don't seem to be mathing for me. But I'll take your word for it.
Listen, okay. Baby number one
Mm-hmm.
and baby number two. Baby number one,
right,
for 3 years. Let's say they had diapers for 3 years, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right? $10 for a 30 pack,
mm-hmm.
okay? Baby number two comes around.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's $12 per 30 pack, right?
Right.
So that means that let's say I'm not gonna do all the math on it right now, okay? But let's just say that means you spend over a 3-year span for the baby with 10 diapers, you spend like $15,000. No, 10,000 on diapers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then so that's over a 3-year span. Then for baby number two, it's 12,000. So now for baby number two, it's I need to actually do the math on something. Actually, look, you know what? I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Okay. Here's how I'm gonna do it. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not gonna use actual numbers that will actually work.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing: if it costs you $1,000, if it costs you, let's bring it down even down more. Okay. If it costs you $1,000 for baby number one,
mm-hmm.
each year, it's $1,000 for diapers, right?
That's $3,000.
That's $3,000, right?
Right.
Baby number two comes around, and over 3 years, it's $1,200 a year. That's $3,600. That's $3,600. See where I'm going with this now?
I see where you're going with it.
So baby number one, it's 1,000 over 3. That's 3,000. If you do that 2 babies, that's 6,000 over a 3-year span. But if you do 1,000 for 3 years, that's 3,000. Then you do it with 36,000 because they went up with inflation. That's $6,600. Okay.
What's the earliest you can get them things potty trained, B?
Hey, that's a good question.
Son.
Hey, I got homies who do reusable diapers. Hey, listen to me. That's a different kind of breed, bro.
Yeah,
That's a different kind of breed. I couldn't imagine. But I bet you they saving bread. They saving bread doing that.
I know that they saving bread, but at the same time, B, how many reusable diapers do you have in rotation at one time, though?
Oh, you gotta have plenty. You gotta have plenty. But you methodical about scraping that thing clean, throwing it in the washer. It's disgusting. I seen it. I was like,
I just want to buy a separate washer and just toss the whole thing in there.
The whole baby, the whole baby in there.
No, son, just toss the whole diaper.
Yeah,
just toss them in. No, there's no scraping. Just let all. Just. It'll be a nasty, disgusting. Washer. I will get rid of it as soon as the baby is potty trained. That's fine. I don't want to listen. That I will do. That I can sit up there and I could pay $1,500, $1,600, $2,000 to get it installed or whatever the case may be. Buy it and install it, and then just spend the rest of the time just chunking them in there like Kobe B.
Mm-hmm. You're dumb.
Just shoot them in there like Kobe for however long it takes for them to get potty trained, bro. Cause that's mad expensive, dog. Oh my God, I don't even want to think about it. Like with kids, bro. Cause my friend, shout out to Jared, bro. He was like, I hate you niggas with freedom, and he says that, right? And I understand it. Like it's we have a freedom, bro. Like, cause I be thinking about wanting to go on trips and vacations and things. So we're traveling because your wedding is not in the city, right? It's someplace else. So we traveling to your wedding, B. If we had a child, we would either have to A, bring the child, or B, find a babysitter.
Mm-hmm.
And just the thought of trying to find a babysitter infuriates me, and I don't even have anything to be infuriated about. Because there's a lot of things that play into that. Because I'm pretty sure it'll be different once I actually have a child and like I have an attachment to it. But for me, I could be like, hey, so my cousin, my aunt, they could watch the kid for a couple of days. We cool, baby? No. Why ain't we cool? Well, I don't know her like that. I don't know what she be like. It's cool. It's family. No. I need to know where my baby is. Like that. I don't like. I can't. Oh my God. See, it's like I said, bro. Like it's a feel like, cause for me, bro, it's not even that. Cause when I was coming up, bro, it's like, yo, who's older, who's mature. If they're not an adult already, who's like mature. You know what I'm saying? Who could babysit you for a little bit, a couple of hours, a day or something, or overnight. Like it's okay. We trust them. So that's what I grew up with. So I don't have an issue so long as I personally know that the person is responsible. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Go ahead and babysit. I'm fine with it. I can trust you. That's just me, right? And like I said, this is me speaking without me having a child of my own, so I don't have the attachment or anything else like that. So it's easy for me to speak about this freely. But for a woman, which I totally understand, right? Moms don't play about their kids.
Right.
So I can totally understand a woman being like, a mother being like, yo, no, that's not gonna fly. I need hardcore evidence that you are okay with handling a child, my child, to be more precise and everything else. I can understand that, but that's just a conversation that is just I can already tell it's gonna be I'm sorry, Cam, bro, we ain't gonna be so we ain't got no babysitter, we can't. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, but in my mind, we got a babysitter. It's just not the one that we both agree upon. So it's just like, all right, yo, we just want to sit this out. And it's like, me even thinking about me missing out on things like that, it's just like, yo, that is trash. I don't see how parents do it now. Yeah. Like, that is trash. Like, you got to worry about making sure that little mug is fed and everything else like that when you not there. Like, somebody got to watch it.
And you want to know I didn't realize it was a lie, bruh?
What?
She let me out. Like, oh, you made it, bro. Yeah, she let me out. That ain't what happened. That ain't what happened. If your homie says she let me out, you better make that night the night of his life, because he's going back to a week of trash. Because he made a bad decision. That's the real. I was just thinking about that. I'm like, yeah, bro. Like, there's like, she let me come out. We solid. No, bro. You in for it when you get back.
Yeah.
You in for it when you get back.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, it's even now, and I'm not even married. Even now, it's certain things. It's certain when you have a child or when you have a significant other, like, it's just things that you got. It's not about you no more.
Right.
You know, it's about the both of y'all. It's about the three of y'all, however many kids you got. Like, it's about all of y'all. It's not just about just you. So you just can't get up and rip and run and tear and go as you please.
And that's the part of myself that's going to hurt the most. Because I'll be like, somebody be like, hey, I got a job for you out in Hawaii. Psh, gone. Can't do that no more. People been hitting me up recently to like think about these like youth ministry jobs in different states, and I'm like, it feels so weird to be like, I appreciate your interest, but me and my fiance have talked about it, and we decided we want to stay in Chicago for the time being. Like, And that just feels so rude to me because I'm like, I don't like normally you like at least I would like apply for the job and then prayerfully consider and figure stuff out. But I'm like, bro, I don't want to disrespect you in your time, bro. Like this ain't that.
Yeah.
So people like I was at a conference and it happened a couple times this week actually, and I was just like, what do you think about coming out here? And I'm like, no. Like there was no offers or nothing like that, but it's just like, what do you think about like potentially coming out here? There's plenty of space over here. No. And it feels so weird because I swear, bro, if somebody done it to me after graduation, ghost. I would have been gone. I'd been gone. I wish it would have been ghost. And I didn't think, like, you know, I didn't think I was getting married the next year, but it's just so crazy to think that, like, oh, like, I can't just up and go. And she's completely different from me in that way. Like, we're not, like, she's not trying to go nowhere where she don't know nobody like that.
See, that's the thing, too. Be like, Chicago is cool, but I have often thought, for one, I want to move to Cali, right? That's or LA. Like that's just been a thing that I've had in my head since I was younger. Not even gonna say a kid, but like since I was like in high school, right? Because I wanted to originally go to UCLA until they told me it was $40,000 a semester because I don't live there. And I'm just like, yeah. So you know,
that's so funny.
Yeah, nah, son. Like I can't afford all that. But generally speaking, like I would like to move out of Chicago, even if it ain't just permanent. Maybe if it's just like a couple of years. Like I wouldn't mind like to change the scenery.
Yeah,
meeting new people, like new environments and things like that.
You should go to Florida, my boy.
But.
Bro, first of all, Florida get a bad rap, bro.
Hey, son.
Florida get a bad rap.
Son, listen. The things I have seen and heard about Florida alone, bro, I don't know.
Bro, that's like middle northern Florida, bro. You guys just go down south, bro. So South Florida, bro, solid. Somewhere in Orlando. Like I spent a week out in Florida, and I realized I was like, I get why people come down here. It ain't that bad. It's wild where it's wild. You know what I mean? But if you try and go somewhere warm, not too expensive, I'll go to Florida, my boy.
We'll see, bro. But like it's like I said, man, like it's I wouldn't mind just getting up and going and like leaving, but like I can't. You know what I mean? Like I got a whole significant other and everything else like that I gotta think about, and like my girlfriend is like really is thorough and detail orientated. You know what I mean? Like it's okay, so what are we gonna do? How are we gonna work? Where are we gonna live at? Do you even know where we're gonna live at? Like I haven't had this conversation with her, right? Because it ain't been that serious in my mind. But it's just like I just know if I were to present that,
yeah,
I gotta have a portfolio ready with every answer to every question that I could think possible. Because for me personally, all I need to do is save up some bread. I need to connect with somebody that lives out there so I don't move to no, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rough, you know what I mean? Rough area, because like, why am I doing that to myself?
Right.
But yeah, do that. Bro. Find a place to work. Find a place to live. Move to. Bro, I'm good. I don't need a lot, B. I just need some time to save up some bread and some time to do a little bit of research, and I'm good to go.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to see this out real fast. See how this can pan out for you, because LA expensive, bruh.
No, exactly. I'm not even talking about LA right now. I'm just talking about in general, like moving to like someplace else. Like I know LA is expensive. Like I was on